Hello and welcome back. Thank you so much for listening, watching. I really appreciate it. Today I wanted to share a little bit more of an advanced practice with you. And I've gotten some recent comments on the Superflow video that I did that was a little bit more intense. And apparently you guys want to dive into the fire big time. So let's do it. Sit up tall, take your shoulders back, and close your eyes. When we start to explore an advanced practice, we're using the practice and we're using the externals as a way of making internal connection. So it's super important that we are not so attached to the outcome of the process, but instead we are more in tune with the process itself. Bring your hands together in front of your heart center, Anjali Mudra. The very nature of this practice is to connect us to spirit, to connect us to the heart. And we use each pose, each posture, regardless of how hard it is, as a way of making that connection inward. And it's from this space that we chant, that we share our voices. Take a deep inhale. Bow your head to your heart. Release your hands. Lift your head. Open your eyes. Beautiful. Come to standing at the front of your mat, Tadasana, with your feet together. As you stand with the feet together, ground through the legs, open through the heart, and float the arms forward and up. As the arms go overhead, bring the hands together. So it's kind of like Anjali Mudra with the hands in prayer overhead. And then using the power of your legs, stretch up through your arms and fingertips, and then start to take the arms back, and you'll feel the front of your chest start to expand. Into that space, just stretch your breath. On the next exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. For the first couple, you can bend your knees as you come in. Just take the pressure out of the hamstrings and the lower back. On the next inhale, lift and open the chest, half stretch forward, and fold in. On this forward fold, flip the hands around so the fingers are pointing back. And we're going to bend the knees so that you can actually move your fingers a little further back, giving you a little bit more space and freedom. Anchor the fingertips and then start to work the legs straight as you fold in. On the next inhale, lift and open the chest forward, half stretch, Ardha Chandrasana, and fold in. Take your hands to your hips with an open chest, rise to stand. Float the arms forward, take the arms overhead, hands together. Take the arms back, lean back, and stretch, not only through your arms, but through your heart. Come back to center and touch the ground, Uttanasana, forward fold. Lift and open the chest, half stretch forward, Ardha Chandrasana, and step to plank pose. As soon as you step to plank pose, set the hands shoulder distance apart, fingers pointing forward. Feet hip distance apart, and ground through the balls of your feet, okay? Try not to hinge so far forward onto the toes. Ground through the feet, ground through the hands, open through the chest. And we're going to lower halfway down, chaturanga, keeping the heart open. Untuck the feet, straighten the arms, upward facing dog. So in this first up dog, allow the hips to kind of be taken by gravity, and your arms are just supporting that floating motion of the hips. Open the chest, shoulders back, reset the feet, push the hips back, downward facing dog. Bring the feet together at the back of your mat. Do not jump. Bend the knees. Lift the butt towards the ceiling. It's going to get you right into the upper back and shoulders. Keeping the legs together, stretch the legs straight. As you stretch the legs straight, we're trying to work the heels towards the floor. I'm just checking the back of my neck for tension, making sure that that strength that's coming out of my shoulders is not binding my neck. Step forward to meet your hands, Uttanasana, forward fold. Lift and open the chest, Ardha Uttanasana, and fold in. Take your hands to your hips with an open chest, rise. Same breath, arms forward and up, hands together as they go up. Strong legs, lean back, open the heart. Come back to center and touch the ground. Lift and open the chest, half stretch forward. and step to plank pose. Lower down, halfway chaturanga. Untuck the feet, straighten the arms, upward facing dog. Reset the feet, downward facing dog. Feet together, bend the knees, lift the sitting bones high, then stretch the legs. Step forward to meet your hands, Uttanasana. Lift and open the chest, Ardha Uttanasana, and fold in. Hands on the hips with an open chest, rise. Float the arms forward and up, hands together as they go up and back. Come back to center to touch the floor, Uttanasana. Lift and open the chest, half stretch forward. Plank pose. Strong arms and strong legs, but an open heart. Lower down, halfway chaturanga. Untuck the feet, straighten the arms. Reset the feet, downward facing dog. Feet together, bend the knees, lift the sitting bones, stretch the heart. I know you want to jump, I can feel it. Step forward to meet your hands, Uttanasana. Same breath, lift and open the chest, Ardha Uttanasana, and fold in. Hands on the hips with an open chest, rise. Float the arms, hands together. Take them back, come back to center, touch the ground. Lift and open the chest, half stretch forward. Plank pose. Strong arms, strong legs, open the heart, chaturanga. Untuck the feet, straighten the arms, downward facing dog, and push it back. Feet together, bend the knees. Now we can jump and float. Lift and open the chest, half stretch forward, and fold in. Hands in the hips with an open chest, rise. Arms forward and up, hands together as they go back. Come back to center, touch the ground. Lift and open the chest, half stretch forward, step to plank pose. Chaturanga, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Press it all the way back. Feet together, bend the knees and float. Knees bent or legs straight. Whoa, lift and open the chest, half stretch, and fold in. Inhale to rise, Tadasana, hands in prayer as they go overhead. Fold in to touch the ground. Lift and open the chest, half stretch forward, plank pose. Chaturanga, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Feet together, bend the knees, float. Handstand Uttanasana, Ardha Uttanasana, and fold in. Inhale to rise, Tadasana. Come back to center and touch the ground, Uttanasana. Lift and open the chest, step to plank. Chaturanga, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Feet together, bend the knees and float. Ardha Uttanasana, half stretch forward and fold in. Hands in the hips or rise. Tadasana, hands in prayer as they go up and back. Uttanasana, forward fold. Lift and open the chest. Step to plank pose. Chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Feet together, bend the knees, handstand Uttanasana. Oh, that was good. Ardha Uttanasana, and fold in. You were doing your own, you couldn't see it, but it was amazing. Hands overhead, hands together, and fold in, Uttanasana. Ardha Uttanasana, plank pose. Chaturanga, upward facing, downward facing. Feet together, bend the knees, and float. Ooh, another solid one. Lift and open the chest, and fold in. Inhale to rise, Tadasana, hands in prayer, and fold in. Lift and open the chest, half stretch forward, plank pose. Chaturanga, upward facing, and downward facing. Feet together, bend the knees, and float. Had to fight for that one. Lift and open the chest and fold in. Inhale to rise, Tadasana, and fold in, Uttanasana. Lift and open the chest, half stretch, plank pose. Chaturanga, upward facing, and downward facing. Feet together, bend the knees, handstand, Uttanasana. Ardha Uttanasana, that was my best. And fold in. Inhale to rise, Tadasana. Fold in to touch the ground, Uttanasana, Ardha Uttanasana, plank pose. Chaturanga, upward facing and downward facing. Feet together, bend and float. Ardha Chandrasana. And fold in. Inhale to rise. Tadasana. Fold and touch the ground. Uttanasana. Lift and open the chest. Plank pose. Chaturanga. Upward facing and downward facing. Feet together. Bend the knees and float. Ardha Chandrasana. Half stretch. And fold in. Inhale to rise. Tadasana. Hands together and bring them to your heart. Close your eyes. Soften your breath. And just feel your body. Your body is an amazing, beautiful, intricate instrument. And part of our journey through this life is to learn how to make the most of this instrument. Take a breath into your heart. On the exhale, release your hands to your side. Soften your eyes open. How are we doing? You still with me? Okay. Take the feet hip distance apart. Float the arms overhead. Reach for the ceiling. And fold in to touch the ground. Lift and open the chest. Ardha Chandrasana. And fold in. We're going to take a bend in the left knee. We're going to cross the left elbow to the outside of the right shin. When we do so, we're going to flip the hand around so the thumb is down and the palm is facing the ankle. So I'm actually grabbing the outer side of my ankle. And then using my right hand for support on fingertips, I start to work the left leg straight. If this is super intense, you can just do a very simple twist, no problem. And then start to walk the right hand around towards the left side of the mat. You can take the right hand and hold the outside of the left shin and then start to draw your chest between your arms. If you're super confused here or I lost you, hit pause, hit rewind, hit fast forward, do something. Good. Oh, come back to center and release. Lift and open the chest, half stretch forward. And fold in. Okay, let's do the other side. So I'm going to bend the right knee, cross the left elbow to the outside of the right elbow to the outside of the left shin. I'm going to flip my hand and hold. See how I use my fingers to hold the back side of the Achilles tendon? Like that. And then work the right leg straight. The left hand's just going to walk it around. First, I settle in with the hand in front of the foot. Then I can grab the ankle. This is a challenge for me because my shoulders are quite tight. So I can feel this all through my back and shoulders. It's intense. It's uncomfortable. But it is what it is. Come back to center. Lifting up in the chest. Half stretch forward. And step to plank pose. Strong arms and legs. Open the heart. Steady the body. But keep the breath sweet. Downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, step the right foot forward between the hands. Turn the back heel down and flat. Come onto fingertips. Just check the alignment. Make sure the front heel is in line with the arch of the back foot. Open through the heart. I'm going to use the power of the legs to lift me right into warrior two. As we settle into warrior two, open the heart, stretch to the fingertips, then bend into that front knee. We're going to do a reverse warrior with a half bind. So take the left hand around the body, grab the upper part of the right thigh, and we're going to lean back, stretch the right palm face down towards the back of your mat. And I can't quite grab the inside of my thigh because I have my microphone back on my hip. Yeah, sure, that's the reason. Otherwise, I would be grabbing right inside that thigh and opening. Good, come back to center, warrior two. Straighten the front leg. We're going to sweetly go into Trikonasana. Take the left arm overhead, straight up. And then we're going to do an extended version. So take the left arm, palm face down, reaching for the front of your mat towards that direction. Then open the chest, ground to your legs. And each breath, try to maximize the internal space. Yeah. Okay, we're going to go into Ardha Chandrasana. I'm going to slide back just so I stay in frame. Step into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Find your balance. Once you have the balance, we're going to go into Chapasana. Bend the back knee, grab the back foot from the outside, and then we're going to open the heart. Whoa. Right hand can come into mudra. Release the right hand to the floor. We're going to float right into Warrior 3. This is where the leg starts to burn. Release the left hand to the ground. Viparita Ardha Chandrasana. Bend the back knee. Hold the foot from the inside. And this knee is just going as wide as the hip. Don't go wider than that. Rotate from the heart and kick the foot up. Both hands to the floor. Standing splits, palms flat. And we're going to stretch that top leg. As we stretch the top leg, lift the right heel off the ground. Shift the weight into your hands, and we're going to press or kick handstand. If you're kicking, kick up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, chaturanga. Upward facing. And doggy. Downward facing. Whoa, that's a burner. As you come into dog pose, get still, get internal. Use the heat. Use the fire. Use the intensity of the moment to take you deeper. Step the left foot forward. Turn the back heel down and flat. Come onto fingertips and just stretch the heart. It's an interesting phrase, stretch the heart. I say interesting things sometimes. Warrior 2. Settle into the pose so that your heart feels spacious, expanded. Reverse warrior with a half bind. Warrior 2. Trikonasana. Nice and sweet. And again, using the power of your legs, get some space in the chest, get some space in the heart. We're going to do a variation of this pose. Take the top arm forward, palm face down, and reach. And that reach is coming from your legs, actually. The more you ground down to the legs, the more you press them down, the more space you have. All right, we're going to step into Ardha Chandrasana. I'm going to move back again. Stay on the mat. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. Ooh, find your balance. Bend the back knee, grab the back foot, Chapasana. And open the heart. Left hand can stay on fingertips or come into Yana Mudra. Whoa, Chin Mudra, sorry. Release the left hand to the ground, right into Warrior 3. Viparita Ardha Chandrasana. Take a twist. Bend the back knee, grab the back foot from the inside. Viparita Ardha Chandra Chapasana. Open it. Both hands to the floor, standing splits. Take the right leg up. Lift the left heel off the ground, hands flat. We're going to kick up or hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Push it all the way back. Bring your knees to the floor. Sit back on your heels. Rest one hand on top of the other. Close your eyes. What do you want to use this moment for? There's energy moving. In which direction do you want to send that energy? And regardless of where you send it, ultimately, the awareness and the connection is internal. It's inside of you. Bring your hands to prayer pose. Bow your head to your heart. Release your hands. Lift your head. Open your eyes. Awesome. It's hot, eh? Okay. Let's do a little Hanuman. So we'll start from dog pose. Step the right foot forward. Place the left knee on the ground. And then we're going to straighten the front leg. As we straighten the front leg, I'm actually untucking the back foot. So the toes are pointing straight back. And then I'm going to actually move deeper into the pose from the back leg. Yeah. On fingertips, stay supported in the heart. Stay buoyant, stay light, stay free. Open the chest. And on your fingertips, again, open the heart, but start to walk the hands back a little bit. You're still using the hands to keep the weight off the pelvis. And that's what allows the right leg to stretch, but without extra weight and tension. Okay. Watch my hands. I'm going to move the hands to the left directly. See how they're in the same line? My chest stays facing forward. And then I'm going to lean to the left. Lean to the left. My arms are still carrying out the weight. What I'm doing is in the back leg, I'm transferring the stretch right into the rectus femoris, the center quad muscle. Open through the heart. That front leg doesn't really have much weight, so you can stretch out through just a little bit. All right, come back to center. Reset the hands, draw the front leg back, downward facing dog. Okay, let's do the second side. Step the left foot forward, place the right knee on the floor. And we're going to straighten the front leg, and we're going to move the right leg back to go a little bit deeper into the pose. Now, when I'm at my edge, I untuck the back foot. I'm going to use the back foot pressing down to get some lift into my heart. And the back leg pressing down, that's what actually also helps to take some of the weight off the front leg, allowing me to go just a little bit deeper. Open through the chest. It's just super sweet breath here. That's good. Same thing as we did on the other side. Walk the hands directly sideways to the right. We're not going into a rotation here, okay? So keep the chest facing forward. Keep the heart facing forward. Ground through the back leg, super strong, but open up through the heart. Good enough. Come back to center. Use your hands to support you as you move back. Downward facing dog. All right, come to your hands and your knees. Do just a really sweet, quick shoulder opener before we go into headstand. Bring the forearms together, palms face up. So there's the inner edges of the arms are completely glued together, touching. Back of the hands pressing strong into the floor. I'm going to move my knees back just a little bit so I have a little bit more space to stretch. Shift the hips back, and we're going to settle the head in. Okay. Keep the stretch. Turn the palms to face each other. Forearms stay together, but now the fingertips are going to point towards the ceiling. Here I shift my elbows just a little bit wider apart. Just notice it gives me a little bit more space. Press the elbows into the floor and just soften the heart in. All right, good enough. Come back to center. So interlace the hands. Place the elbows shoulder distance apart. And there's two options. The hands can be together or the palms can be open. The wrists touching or the palms open, okay? So wrist touching gives you more stability, but it limits the space in your neck and shoulders. Opening the palms, it's a little bit more rocky, but it gives you a little bit more space to move, okay? I like to bring my base of the palms together. It gives me a lot more strength. Bring the top of your head to the floor. Tuck your toes under. Walk the feet forward. And then we're going to take it up. If you need to use a wall, no problem. Float the legs up, Shavasana 1. Please do not kick randomly actually, don't kick randomly. There's no exception beyond that phrase. Don't kick randomly. So if you're up, we're staying up. Okay. This is variation 1. Variation 2, we're going to bend one foot at a time and come into either half lotus or full lotus. Don't force this, okay? So if the lotus doesn't come in on its own, you just let it be. Just practice one of the stages that you know you can do. Keep lotus. We're going to turn the pelvis towards the right. Okay? Just a little pivot. Head stays neutral, shoulders stay engaged. Come back to center. Now we're going to turn them to the left. Again, head stays neutral, shoulders stay engaged. Come back to center. This one's tough. Keep the lotus. We're going to lower down halfway. Okay. If you have legs straight, you can do it the same. And then we're going to just bring it in. Touch the triceps and up. Oh, yeah. That's intense. Release the legs. Back into headstand, Lower down halfway. And hold. Good, and lower all the way down. Sit back on the heels. Relax the head. Release your hands. Bring your hands alongside the shoulders. Shoulders back, heart open. And rise. Oh yeah, that was intense, I know. Okay, now we're gonna come into shoulder stand, Sarvangasana. So let's just flip it around, bring the feet forward. I'm going to shift so I stay in the center of the mat. And come onto your backs. And it's important to make sure the back of the head lies flat. So I just adjust my hair and my mic. Arms at the sides, bring your knees towards your chest, and we're going to go into Halasana. Okay. I'm actually going to just shift a little bit so I'm in the center. Halasana, feet overhead. Take your hands to the lower back for support, and one leg at a time, come up, Sarvangasana. In this pose, it's super important that the legs stay engaged. Okay? Legs being connected is key. Keep the left leg where it is, and we're going to take the right foot straight back. Ekapada Sarvangasana. Just for a couple of breaths. Bring the right leg back up. I'm going to take the left leg back. Left leg back up. Now we're moving to Parsvaikapada. So the right leg goes straight back and then slightly to the right. Think 45 degrees. Bring it back to center. Bring it back up. Left foot goes straight back. 45 to the left. Back to center and up. Okay, you have the option. You can stay here, or you can come into half lotus or full lotus. If you're in full lotus, do not use your hands to get you into lotus. That's the fastest way to fuck up your knee. In yoga, that expression is called knee fucking. It's a technical term. Okay. Using your hands to support the weight of the hips vertically. And then we're going to turn the hips to the right. I'm going to lower my hands slightly so my hips can settle onto my hand for Parshva. Sarvangasana. Come back to center. And then we're going to take it to the left. So pivot the hips left first. Create space. And open. Come back to center. Open the right leg. Open the left leg. Halasana. Bend the knees and release the hips. Whoa. Oh, that's intense. Whew. How you guys doing? You good? Okay. So am I. Let's come into Supta Virasana. So actually we're Ekapada Supta Virasana, so I'm just going to shift back a little bit. I lean to the left, and I'm going to take the right ankle and hook it around to the outside of the left hip. Okay. This is stage one. Stage one, you can just stay elevated like this. If it's super intense, you can stay leaning to the side. No problem. Next stage, we're going to come onto forearms. And I'm just letting my hip open. If you're listening to your body will tell you, oh, now I can go a little bit further. Okay. So we don't want to rush the process. Okay. Next stage, Supta. Bring the left knee in. As you bring the left knee in, I'm just moving it towards my left shoulder, but I'm stretching out and down through the right knee. Feels good. I stretch my right arm overhead just to get a little bit extra length on that right side. Oh, that's amazing. All right, bring it in. Okay. I was going to make an inappropriate remark, but I won't. That's pretty funny. All right, bring the left foot around. Stage one, you can stand lifted like this on hands, straight arms. Stage 2, forearms. And again, I'm just anchoring that front knee forward and down. If the hips lift up when I'm doing this, no problem. It's cool. Okay, get it forward, down, then start to settle the hips back. If you can come into Supta, just laying back, no problem. It's great. Next stage, bring the right knee in. And as soon as I bring that, I can feel that left knee wants to pop up. So I can even use my hand to kind of get it down as I bring that right knee towards my right shoulder. Stretch the left arm long. Get some space on the whole left side of the body. Oh, yeah. Oh, that feels amazing. All right. And release. Okay. Just need to moisten my hands a little bit. We're going to go into a back bend. Okay. So my hands are dry on these mats. Sometimes they can slip. Okay. So feet hip distance apart. I'm just checking my heels distance. And then place the palms flat. Try to get your palms a little bit more under the shoulders. They can be a little bit wider than the shoulders, but in terms of distance, get them closer to your body. Okay. Elbows pointing straight up. Soften the heart. So even there, I was recognizing, okay, we're about to go up. Back bends are usually a challenge for me. My back and shoulders are pretty tight. So I was already hardening before anything even happened. That's a very interesting thing to recognize. Soften first. Take a breath. So we move from a space of clarity. Lift the hips up. Always. Come on to the top of your head. Yeah, open the heart and go up. Hold it. Heart open. And release. All right. Soften the breath. Soften the heart. Okay, let's place the hands for back bend number 2. Heart open. Super soft, super sweet. Hips up. Come on to the top of the head. Open the heart and go up. Oh, and release. Oof, was that tight? All right, let's do it. Last one. Last one, we're going to go into Viparita Dandasana. Okay, Viparita Dandasana. So essentially, we're going to go up into back bend, lower to the top of the head, and the hands will come into headstand position, Shavasana, one hands. Okay? If you're not quite sure, you can watch as I do it, and then rewind and pause or do whatever the hell you want to do. But do one, okay? You can't just like watch and then go, that's what he's talking about. Okay, let's go to Shavasana. No. All right, place the hands, lift the hips, come on to the top of your head, open the heart, and go up. Bump the heart. Good, back to the top of the head. Set the hands one at a time. Reset the hands for Urdhva and push up. And release. Whoa. Oh, I hate that pose, by the way. But I've been trying to include it in my everyday practice because it's good for me. It challenges me. It's hard for me. I don't like it, so I do it. Probably something to be learned from that. My next lifetime, I'll figure it out. Sweetly bring the knees in. Turn to your side. Use your hands to lift you to a seated position. And stretch both legs forward. So I'm just going to shift back a little bit so I'm in the middle. Okay, we're going to go into Chandrasana. Let's bend the left knee, open the left knee to the left. See, I'm opening a little bit. This is 90, so I'm opening just a little bit further back. On fingertips, open the heart. And right now, I'm just giving a little bit space to my lower back after those back bends. And fold in. As you fold in, walk the hands forward. We can cross the left hand to the outside of the right foot, but keep the right hand forward on fingertips to keep that side of the heart lifted as we fold in. On the next inhale, rise, and let's switch the legs. Open the right knee a little bit past 90. On fingertips, open the heart. Turn the upper body forward. See, right when I start to rotate, I can feel my lower back is tight on the right side. And that typically can go into the knee. So I don't want that to happen. So I just take it slow. Let everything settle. Listen. Wait for the body to open. Then I cross the hands. Inhale to rise. Awesome. Stretch both legs forward just for a moment. Okay, bring the left foot into half lotus. So if the knee doesn't touch the ground, you can either lean to the left to get the knee down, but don't push it. I put my hand there just as reference, but I'm not pushing the knee down. Okay. Or you can also put something underneath the knee. You know, if it's not quite there. Oh, that feels really nice. Okay, so we're going to go into a bind. So if you're super open and see, you just take the hand around, you're there. But for some of us, we're not so open in the shoulders or maybe the hip. So we're going to turn the body in the direction of the knee. We're going to fold forward as that hand goes around. It's searching for the foot. And I got a lot of stuff on that side. So I'm going to use my hand to help me. And then take the right hand forward and fold in. The left shoulder stays back, but the heart is still pointing forward. Okay. So it's not a quite turning to the left, and it's not a quite squaring to the floor. It's kind of in between. And in order to go forward, you're using the right hand against the outside of the right foot. That's what guides you in. Couple more breaths here. And rise. All right, let's switch sides. Okay, right foot comes in, half lotus. Actually, on this one, I'm going to use this under my knee. This side's a little bit tighter. Not a little bit, a lot tighter. Okay, and turn to the right. Hands down. And full forward. Right shoulder back, heart open, and float forward. And rise. Both legs forward, feet together. Widen the sitting bones. Open through the heart, Paschimottanasana, and then we're going in. As we're going in, let's cross the forearms. So I'm going to take the right palm to the outside of the left shin, left hand to the outside of the right shin. And I'm actually pulling my hands towards each other to get the shins bracing towards center. And then I use that power to open my heart and float in. Next inhale, lift and open the chest, and release. Okay. I'm going to turn to face you, come into a cross-legged seated position. This is what's called open Tadasana. So ankle bones are just in line with the pubic bone. And I usually wind the sit bones just to make sure that my hips are grounded and even. Palms turned up, index finger and thumb touching, chin mudra. Open the heart, and we're going to do a little pranayama. Actually, for today's pranayama, we can do some digital pranayama. So just make sure your hands aren't clean. Wash your hands if you're worried about that, okay? So we're going to do Vishnu Mudra. Vishnu Mudra, the index finger and the long finger are going to come in. The small finger and the ring finger, you need to bend the ring fingers so the tips touch, okay? So it's actually, imagine like chopsticks or something like that, using chopsticks. Now, we really want the points, the very tips, right where your nails touch the skin on both the fingers. That's the part that touches the nose, okay? So it's not like you're pinching your nose when you jump into a pool of water. It's not like that. The fingertips are actually coming in directly from the sides with the let's say, the nails pointing towards the nose, okay? So Vishnu Mudra, if you need to use your other hand to make the form, you can do that. So left hand, chin mudra, index finger and thumb touching. Bring the right hand to your face. Both fingers, the thumb and your ring and pinky finger will touch the nose continuously. Okay, they're just touching the skin, then they're going to close. We're going to do Anuloma pratiloma. So that means that we're going to be closing on the inhale and the exhale. Okay, lower the chin, Jalandhara Bandha. Take a full inhale in. Exhale through your mouth. Partially close on the inhale. Partially close on the exhale. Partially close on the inhale. And partially close on the exhale. Inhale. And exhale. In. And out. Release your right hand. On the inhale, lift the chin. Exhale through your mouth. Close your lips. We just sit in the space, in the stillness, in the light. Come into Shavasana. And we'll stay in Shavasana just for a few minutes. If you need longer, you can pause and just hit play when you're ready to join us for the ending. So you lay your body out, stretch your arms, stretch your legs, palms face up. Settle your shoulders back, and again, just open your heart. This final pose is the most advanced pose in yoga. It is the practice of transitioning states of being, moving from something that we know to something that we don't know, which is highly uncomfortable to think about, and even more so to do. And this is why we practice it. Settle into your body. Settle into your body in a way that the body itself becomes light. It's not a part of the conversation, it's the instrument at rest. All of its potential is still intact. That doesn't change, that's energy. And settle into that deeper knowing of yourself. If you need longer in Shavasana, just stay, it's no problem. Otherwise, begin to increase your breath. Move your fingertips and your toes. Start to move your hands and feet gently and sweetly. As you're ready, bring your knees in towards your chest. Give your legs a hug. Turn to your sides and use your hands to lift you to a seated position. As you come to a seated position, bring your hands together in prayer pose, Anjali Mudra. And again, we complete this practice in the same way that we started, by connecting to spirit, the light and the beauty of the heart. Bow your head to your own heart. Namaste. Woo! Thank you so much for listening and watching and joining me in today's practice. That felt amazing. I hope it felt good for you too. Sending you light and love wherever you are, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Love you, and see you next time. Have a beautiful day.